So I've audited hundreds of websites, and today I'm going to be going over the 3 pillars or the 3 biggest mistakes that are absolutely killing your conversion rates and causing you to potentially lose a lot of clients every single month. But I'm also going to show you exactly how you can spot these and exactly how you can fix them. So let's dive into it. So today I'm going to be comparing 2 different websites. We have an outdated website and a modern website. So let's go into the first issue, which is having too much text on your site and not enough visuals, right? So you don't want your website to be a Wikipedia page, right? Back 10, 15 years ago, the whole point of a website was to have a lot of information about your business or about your company. And while that still is the goal today, every single business on earth almost has a website. So the whole goal is to be able to take your website and use it as a sales mechanism, right? How do you convert as many people as possible that visit your website, right? And most people are not reading. Just reading all of it or looking at all of this makes me want to click off and go somewhere else. So making sure that the website is very, very visual. There is still some text here, but only really what's essential and what is needed. It's very visual. There's pictures, right? You want to showcase your work, showcase what you do with visuals, right? Because visuals tell a lot more than just text does, right? Anyone can just put a whole bunch of text on their website. It doesn't really mean much, but when you have photos and videos that actually show the work that you do, it incentivizes people a lot more to actually click and go to the next step. So that's pillar number 1, is incorporating more visuals and less text. Now, number 2 is going to be not having a clear call to action, right? Now, what does this mean? So if you go to this website, there is a phone number and there's some information, and there is a little call to action here where it says get your free estimate today, and then it has the phone number. But the issue with this is, number 1, if you've ever shopped on Amazon, right, which I'm sure everyone has, if you click on a product, there's 2 buttons that you need to click to buy something. That's how easy they make it. You click buy now and then you click order, right? 2 buttons. And it's the same thing with anything, right? You need to reduce friction. So if someone's on their phone and they're on a website and they have to take the phone number and memorize it or click off and go to a different tab, and then now they have to put it in their keypad, 858-483-0800, right? If they do that, well, that's causing a lot more friction than is needed, right? So you want to make it as easy as possible for people to contact you. So as you can see here, there's 2 buttons, 1, 2. And then all they need to do is now they click on this if they're on their phone and it starts calling, right? Or they just fill out the form right here and they're able to send a message. So that's the second biggest mistake, is not having a clear call to action with a big button that shows exactly how to contact you, right? And that's probably the most important thing, is just having a clear call to action. Because if you remove this, then no one's gonna reach out, right? If you remove these things and you just have a little phone number maybe at the bottom, no one is going to reach out, right? So you're not gonna get anyone from your website in the first place, right? So that's the second biggest mistake, is not having a big button that tells people exactly how to contact you. And so another thing with a lot of these outdated sites that are made like 10, 15, 20 years ago is, back then, information was king, right? So people loaded their website with a ton of information about their company, and the whole goal was to get clicks, right? To get, how many people can I get on the website? You know, how many clicks can I get? But nowadays, it's all about getting leads, right? So you need to make sure, because every single company almost has a website, so you need to make sure that you have that competitive edge by making sure that your website is optimized not only with the information about your company, but also optimized so that you can convert the most amount of people possible, right? So there's a difference between paying for clicks to your website and actually paying for leads, right? And obviously the goal is customers, so you want to get as many leads as possible. Now, what are the 3 pillars of a high converting site? Well, number 1 is clarity, right? You want to keep it very, very simple, right? What you do, So the services that you offer, right? What services do you offer? Maybe a picture of each service. So you have a kitchen remodel, a bathroom remodel, whatever it is, right? So what you do, what services you provide, where you're located, right? Where are you located? San Diego. Okay, awesome. And then how to get in touch. How can people contact you? Now, of course, you can add a whole bunch of other stuff on your website, but the essential things, the most important things are these 3 things. If you only had to do 1 page on your website, these are the most important things, right? And the most important thing out of all of these 3 is how to get in touch, right? Again, so having a very obvious button so that people know exactly how to contact you, right? Now, number 2 is going to be trust, right? So you want to actually showcase project videos and photos and client video testimonials especially, right? Because videos and photos show a lot more, right? They actually show the work, they actually show the projects. And having a video testimonial section on the home page of your website also adds to your credibility, right? If people see a whole bunch of happy customers, they're going to be more likely to contact you, right? And so anyone can write a 5-star review. For being realistic, anyone can just write some reviews and, you know, put them on their website, like these, for example. Not saying these are fake, but anyone can put these on the site. But you can't really fake a video of a happy customer, right? So making sure that you're getting video testimonials of some of your clients and then putting those on your website is also very, very important. And then number 3, last but not least, as I mentioned, is conversion, right? So as you can see here, this site, you click 1 button and then boom, instantly, right? So it's very, very fast, right? And this is the whole point of a website, is you want to use it as a conversion mechanism, right? Because when people come from Google to look at your business, they need to be able to get in touch with you as quick as possible, right? And then another layer of this is the back end, right? So what actually happens when someone sends a message here, what happens, right? Let's say this is your website, what happens? Well, if you have it set up the right way and you have the form set up the right way, the contractor gets instantly notified, right? Or whoever is contacting the leads gets instantly notified via text message, via email, so that they can follow up with the person who submitted the request as soon as possible, right? So a lot of people, they just have a form sitting on their site, but and the website or the information is just going to, you know, some random place where you check it maybe every 3 months and you see like 10 people that have came in from your website and you're like, oh, I'll call these people, there's some leads, and none of them answer because it's been 3 months, right? So you want to make sure that if you do have a form on your website, you are setting it up so that you, as the contractor or the salesperson, whoever is managing the leads, is getting instantly notified as soon as that person is shopping around. So a little bonus here is just making sure that it's up to date, right? Just make sure that your website is mobile optimized, right? And it's not outdated. This website, for example, if we pulled it up on our phones, it's probably not going to be very mobile friendly. And 80 to 90% of the time when people are looking at websites, it's usually on their phones, right? So you want to make sure that you have a modern website that is mobile friendly. So you want to make sure it's built for a phone. You want to make sure you have visuals, so photos and videos. You want to make sure that you have a clear call to action, right? A clear call to action to get people to submit their information. And then you want to make sure that you have clarity on what you do, where you're located, and how people can get in touch, right? So I know I said 3 pillars, but that's pretty much 5 essential things that you need to make sure that you have in your website. And the good thing about a website is that once you build it once, once you edit it once, it lasts for a long time, right? You may not need to update it for another 5 years or so, right? So I hope that helps. I hope you can take some information from this. If you want us to come in and audit your website, see if we can build you a new website that can showcase the work that you do and help you convert more customers, then feel free to book a call at the link in description. See you on the next one.